Hi, we're Courtney and James, and for the last 4 months, we've been living full-time in our bright orange self-converted Sprinter van. Back in January, we decided to make a change. I, Courtney, quit my job and went freelance.
And I, James, arranged to work part-time for my agency back in the UK. We now work remotely from the road 3 days a week, whilst travelling around Europe and meeting like-minded people along the way. We hope to bring you the trials and tribulations of van life, the highs, the lows, and everything in between.
In this week's episode, after 7 weeks in Spanish lockdown, staying in an Airbnb, we are finally allowed out of the house to go for walks and daily exercise, but we were definitely not prepared for what was in store. Going out for our first walk. So it is the 2nd of May. I've not been out of the house in 6 weeks, apart from to go to the bin at the end of the road, so I'm very excited to be allowed to go further than this point on the driveway. The lockdown is now being eased slightly, so we're allowed to go out for a walk within your town with people that you live for 1 hour of a 1 kilometre radius. So thankfully we have all of this on our doorstep. So we're just gonna kind of walk and see where we end up.
Have a bit of an explore, shall we? What do you reckon, Clutz?
It's a pretty good view, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what a way to start the day.
So, my geology expert fiance.
That's me.
What's this down here?
This is a red clay rock formation.
Oh.
It was created by cave people.
It's created by the cave people.
Yes, and this is where they would bathe.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a natural formation from the river, no? Or from the runoff from the mines?
No.
No, definitely created by mine.
Cave people.
Cave people.
Cave people. Yes.
You heard it here first, guys. It is like an absolute ghost town, and like one thing that we've noticed is like the birds. Like, I don't know if you can hear them. Like, they are so loud, aren't they, Court?
Yeah. Especially near the house as well, like, because we're a little bit further out of the town, they're so loud.
But even here, like, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. Hello again. Hey, look, your friends. Hello. Sit, sit. Oye, abajo, abajo. Good boy, sit, sit.
Oh,
of course, like children, isn't it? Too excited.
Are you okay? Are you managing okay?
Yes, yes, I couldn't be better
Good.
Yeah.
in this place. Where have you been hiding?
Near the Mexican restaurant.
Taberna.
Del
just-
Faro.
Okay,
next to that.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least we can go out now.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how many kilometers we can go.
I know some things say 1,
I'm
and then some
confused.
things
Yeah.
say 1 hour, and then other things say
Exactly.
no time limit. So
Yeah.
I think
we
because
thought
where we are, it's not
if we
too-
stay off the path, then we'll
Common
be.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah.
that's what I'm hoping.
Anyway, enjoy.
Thank you. You
Enjoy.
too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Found some camper vans just inside the little town next to the park. Bin store. We haven't seen any services like water points or anything, but it kind of makes me think that if they're okay in their
Yeah.
camper vans, because there's like washing lines and stuff and astroturf outside the door, which makes me think that people are actually staying in them, which could be a good sign if we want to move back into the van in the next few weeks. Here we are, back home.
Yay.
So we were out for an hour, just over an hour.
Just over an hour, yeah.
Did a whole
Easy.
around the mines and then into the town. It was
Said hi
lovely.
to a nice Spanish lady,
Yeah,
and now I think
breakfast.
and some sunbathing as well.
Oh yes, definitely.
So nice to be out again.
A little sweaty, I'm not gonna lie, after an hour's exercise. I'm clearly very unfit.
Yeah, but you look the part.
Well, thank you.
So day 2 of walking lockdown, and we decided to head over the main road and walk past White Van family, because they'll probably be asleep, and head down to the beach to see what it's like, and maybe to see if it's a long enough walk that we can bring the paddleboard next time. Wish us luck! Oh, it's busy. Lots of sheep. Very pretty though, isn't it?
Sun's still coming up. Now, we don't actually know whether we're allowed to go on the beach, do we, James?
No, but the rules are based on your local municipality. So with us being in like a little tiny town and the beach not actually being accessible apart from anyone that walks down a 20-minute dirt track, we're hopeful that it's just going to be us there, and with it being early morning, I think we'll be okay.
Yes.
I see the sea.
Yeah. God, I'm so excited to put my toes in the water.
It's so warm. It's like 8 o'clock and it is
Roasting.
20 odd degrees.
Yeah. Oh, it's fresh. Yeah, really clear.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah?
It's refreshing.
I can imagine. Oh, hair as well, wow. I feel like that was a mistake.
Oh, it's nice though.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have to if you don't want to.
So this has got really weird very quickly. We've been just sitting here about to leave to go back to our house, and this boat turns up, a speedboat, and about 12 people get off, throwing all their stuff on there, jumping in off the water.
Fully clothed, with
yeah.
backpacks, children, stuff.
Yeah. Obviously I think they are immigrants from probably some other country where they're not very well treated. And then
the guy on the speedboat was like, it's okay,
Yeah.
and we were like, okay, we just said hi,
and then the speedboat's gone off, and then the Coast Guard boat is like, the Civil Guard has caught them and
done loops around them,
and sprayed them up, almost capsized them, and then they've sort of gone off into the cove around the corner, and the immigrants are just walking up the hill. We don't really know what to do. I'm not going to move until the immigrants are either gone or the
there goes the speedboat.
boat's just speeding away.
There's the Coast Guard boat there. Oh god, he's coming back. Oh god, they're coming over here. We're not allowed to be sat down on the beach either. We're meant to just go for a walk, we'll get into serious trouble here. If we're either by association or because we're not actually supposed to be sitting on the beach, we're only allowed to go for a walk, so this is very weird. Is he trying to get away from them? I don't really understand is he trying to race off, or?
The Coast Guard's now chasing down the boat again. Like, this is pretty serious.
Is there another way?
It's crashed. The boat's just crashed. Oh my god. It's capsized.
I feel like they were totally trying to do that. Like the Coast Guard was getting really close to them. Should we walk round, like go into the cove or something and walk the other way?
So last thing, we were sitting on the beach, and then we decided to move, and we've moved back a bit. We were looking for a different way to go, but we're kind of stuck now because we can hear them, what we think are migrants, just over the hill over that way on the
one track road that comes down to the beach.
Yeah, and then we've got the Civil Guard boat out in the bay which capsized the smugglers, I guess, and they're obviously talking to them now, but we imagine that they've radioed to say that there's some migrants going up the hill, so there might be Civil Guard up there, so we really don't know what to do.
And it's only half an hour until the walking curfew ends.
I think we're going to miss that anyway because it's probably about an hour's walk back, taking into account the hills and stuff, so it's really warm as well, so I don't know what to do.
Plus you're only meant to go out for an hour's walk anyway, so technically we're like probably breaking the rules already, let alone getting caught up in a migrant crisis. Hola.
Merci.
Police.
Policia?
They caught the boat, so I don't know.
D'accord.
C'est très gentil.
So things have escalated a bit. We've started walking back up the track. Obviously we saw a family that had stopped. They asked for some water for their baby, which we gave them. I mean, how can you not?
Yeah.
But we're obviously very conscious of keeping walking in case the Civil Guard come and then we look like we're part of that group when really we've just been out for a walk. And then now there's a helicopter overhead which just went over the Civil Guard boat and is over behind those hills. So we're like, oh great. I mean, in our swimming cozies, hopefully we don't look like
with a big GoPro
migrants, but I just feel so awful for them at the same time because they clearly I imagine they're trying to escape from whatever situation that they're in, which is why they've come over here, but we're also very conscious that we don't want to get caught up in it and have the trouble of translating our situation of renting and being in lockdown since the beginning in Spain and being British citizens.
Our battery's about to die,
to the Spanish. God.
We're going to go and our friends, white van family, are just up here, so we're going to try and kind of hide out with them hopefully until we can make a better plan to get home.
Yeah. On our way back to the house now. Sat and had a coffee with white van family, which was lovely.
2 meters apart, obviously.
Yes, of course, maintaining our social distance. But yeah, we're just hoping that walking down onto this main road that we don't have the worst luck and come into contact with a Civil Guard that just happens to drive past at the same time. I don't think we will, but we're technically out past the 10 a.m. curfew because we were waiting for there to be a decent distance between us and the group of migrants. So.
Yeah, we think they went a different way than the main path because they would have had to go past the van that we were at for them to use the main road. So
and they didn't go past that way. So
we had the helicopter a couple of times, didn't we?
I don't know whether they're still searching for them or what, but yes. we can see Dee Dee just over there in the distance, so spoke too soon.
Yeah, so the civil guard in the distance over there.
Probably can't see them, but they're just on the road.
That's
there.
a junction there where the bin store is, and that road probably leads down to another part of the beach or something like that. So it looks like they're waiting. We need to go left, so
Just whether they're gonna
see us and come
see
this
us
way.
and come this way, and we're out past the 10 a.m. time limit, so we might have to explain the situation.
Not feeling panicked at all.
Not at all, no, we don't panic at all.
Seem to have moved, but we've got to get on the main road now. So
Yeah, exactly. They might see us. And we're wearing not exactly the most inconspicuous, blend-in colours.
did we ever?
No, true. Doesn't seem like it. Oh my god! So we were worried about the civil guard parked at that end of the road, and then we start walking this way towards the house, and another car starts driving towards us. And we're just like, look inconspicuous, keep walking.
Head down.
They didn't slow down or anything, but the van is literally right there. So we made it. That was not what I anticipated when I thought we were going for a nice, relaxed sunrise swim on the beach. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was quite a debacle, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let's not do that again.
Let's get inside.
I guess we've got back and showered. Had some food, and upon reflecting on what just happened, I guess we've we're back to a home that we are living in right now, and kind of makes you think that how bad must it be in their home that they risk their lives on a tiny speedboat to get to Spain, and then they're treated with civil guard, with helicopters. Like, they're not, I mean, I don't know, but I imagine they're not criminals, especially if there's women and children like 3 years old, if that.
One of them was only a baby. That one that we gave water to was probably like 18 months.
Yeah. And like, it just makes you think, like, what is that response right? Like, shouldn't we help them more? But what can we do?
Yeah, I think we've just got back and the reality of the situation has kind of hit home a bit, so we're feeling pretty down about it because there's nothing that we could have done in that situation. Other than what we did at the time. We were obviously worried about ourselves, and thinking that if we're already in unprecedented times, we're out and about under a curfew, and then if we get caught up in this, then having to explain ourselves to the civil guard and things, that's automatically what came to mind. But now we've come home, we feel kind of selfish because that's in that
tiny
experience we were thinking about ourselves and weren't really thinking about them and their situation.
Yeah. I think it just makes you think, like, for me anyway, and this is not obviously your bit, but like, immigrants have a bad rep, I think, and like when you see it up front and close, like like that, like literally they get off a boat with a plastic bag and a bottle of Coke.
Literally 3 meters from where we were sat, like the speedboat just pulled up.
Yeah.
And the guy driving the boat was like, "Shh, it's okay, shh, don't say." And we were like,
just in shock, weren't we?
We were just like,
But yeah, like the immigrants themselves, they're coming to try and make a better life of it. I think yes, if criminals are here, then they rightly should be deported for their crimes. But when it's a mother and children who can't even walk up a hill, like that to me says there's something wrong.
Yeah, we just hope that they find some safety and are treated well. But I think this has just given us a bit of a perspective on the world, isn't it?
We're very lucky.
That we hadn't, yeah.
So lucky.
So yeah, we just wanted to kind of...
Bit of a sort of somber mood to end the video on, but it's probably right, I think, with everything that happened. And we just hoping that they're treated well by whoever they're here with, I guess.